Hi, everybody. So I have everyone muted, in case you're wondering. Muted everybody. I'm going to, let's see, before we get started. Hi, everyone. I think as most of you know, I'm here in Honolulu. That's where Ellen and I spent our last 30 years together. He was from the UK. Some of you don't know that. Alan is from the UK. I was born in London. He was born in 1937. So he grew up during the war. So basically, Alan passed away about 15 months. Yeah, yesterday would make 15 months since he passed away. And immediately came back to me the next day and started communicating with me directly and through other people. And much to my surprise, he actually appeared to other people. And I started hearing all these stories about how he was healing people, showing up unexpectedly. I already had at that time another Facebook group. I had a membership program at that time, and he was appearing to people and doing healings on them. And all of that was a complete surprise to me. I was not expecting it. We had never talked about him coming back in this way. And the last couple of years of his life, he struggled with dementia. The last 6 months were the hardest. And so we didn't really get a chance to talk about, surprisingly, we didn't get a chance to talk about what might happen should he pass away, because he didn't like to talk about death. A lot of people are like that. And even though I was going to say he was a psychic medium, he actually is a psychic medium, because every time we say, dead, he goes, I'm alive. Like, what are you talking about? I'm still here. I'm alive. Don't call me dead. I'm not dead. None of them are dead. So I really don't like to use the word death, because to me, it's not real. It's not true. So he appeared, and I wasn't sure what that was about. He quickly told me that we had a full contract to continue to work together, to continue our relationship, to eventually teach people how to have their own relationship with someone who they love from the other side. In our case, particularly a partner or spouse. Okay, it doesn't mean you couldn't maintain that connection with a parent, a friend, a child even, but for just to keep things simple, especially in our book, we're talking about keeping a love relationship going on the other side. So, and he told me all that before we had even done it. Okay, he told me, we're writing about this, we're teaching people about this. And I said, hey, wait a minute, we haven't done it yet. He said, well, we're going to write this down. You're going to take notes. You're going to chronicle the journey. So from the day, literally the day, well, before he passed even, I was writing about it and sharing it on Facebook. And first on my personal page, then in a group. So a lot of you are in our group. If you're not in our group and you want to learn more about it, join our group, Supernatural Love and Life After Death. So in that group, literally from the beginning, I was sharing what was happening with me and Alan very openly. And it was very much an up or down journey, but because he was a medium, is a medium. Every time I say that he kind of like nudges me and go, I'm still here. So he is a medium. I don't really consider myself a medium. I'm more of a channel. I was trained that way. So I can connect with spirits on the other side, but my preference is higher beings, angels, guides, etc. But that doesn't mean I can't speak to someone who's crossed over. And Alan was quick to let me know that everyone who's lost loved ones can be their own medium, because we're on the same wavelength with each other because of our love bond, which made sense to me. Now, if you're going to be a medium and do readings for the public, that's a whole different thing, because then you have to find a way to line up your energy with those people that you're reading. And some people have an easier time at that than others, but everyone can learn to do that. But when it comes to doing your own readings, like having your own connection and communicating directly with your loved one, it's actually very easy. And I think the challenge is that a lot of people think it should be harder. And so you could discount it, or maybe you think you hear what they're saying to you and you just think that you're making it up. But I've come to understand personally and through working with other people that it's really not easy to make it up. I actually tried to do that, and it's a lot of work. You think that it wouldn't be, but your conscious mind is not wired to do that. And in classes that we teach in our private coaching program, I tell my students to just try and have a conversation with yourself for like 5 minutes, like a back and forth dialogue. It's not easy. You could do it, but you'd find that you'd have to stop and go, what am I going to say? It doesn't flow. So when you find there's these messages coming, it's not coming from you. Then the next question would be, well, who is it coming from? That's a whole different thing. It's a whole different story. But we have taught a few people so far how to make the connection and how to communicate. And I think actually that part is easier than anyone realizes, as I've kind of implied here. I think that I found the challenging part is more when it comes to keeping the relationship going, is I feel that you really do need to have occasionally what I call third party feedback, like somebody else giving you a message, somebody else confirming what you got, because we live in a physical world and it's necessary for us to get that confirmation. We actually co-create this reality with other people. You don't live in isolation to others. So the people around us, they do affirm to us what our experience is. Now, some of them could be, let's say, distorted, or we all have some friends who don't quite see things, let's say, the way we do. Not that they're necessarily wrong. We're just saying they see it differently, right? So, but generally our friends would usually share our worldview, right? We have more in common with them than not. So they do, and they can, again, reaffirm for us like what our experience is. And that's how we get a feeling of who we are. We don't live in a vacuum. We don't live by ourselves. That's why we're actually, even though a lot of us identify as introverts, we actually need other people. We actually wouldn't do well, like if we're cast adrift on a desert island and had to live there by ourselves. Even if you had everything that you needed, the isolation would be crushing. I think most people understand that. So if you're really an introvert, think about it. You still need other people. We all do. So this journey that I invite some of you who have lost a loved one to take with me. You can start by joining our group where we talk about it a lot. And later, when our book is published, which we hope, it looks like the publisher says in the spring, maybe late spring, early summer. That book will help people understand how to navigate this, because there was no handbook for this. And Alan and I learned the hard way what to do and what not to do. Like, gosh, somebody in my our membership academy, where we do teach some of this, was asking, how do you, how does the other side know how their actions impact us physically, like what they do, how it affects us, because they can't do things. And I said, no, it's a learning process, because that's what's happened with Alan. Like they don't know the impact of some of the things they will attempt with us. It's quite fascinating, but they don't, because they're not in our body. They can read us emotionally, but they can't read like how is what they do gonna affect us physically. Okay, because Alan has done some things, and I'd go, whoa, that's that's a little intense. Like, but so they're learning. He was learning. He says he's still learning. But the good news is, what I really wanted to, the point I wanted to make is that they're not gone, they're not dead, and they're here with us, and they want to be here with us. I've come to understand that the only reason that they would back off is if they're really not getting any engagement from us. Like, we're not talking to them, we're not making them part of our life. They doesn't mean they couldn't come back, like if we ignored them. Yeah, of course they can. But if you want to have ongoing connection, communication, then you'd have to look at this as something that you do on an ongoing basis. And I mean, literally, as if they were right here. I mean, Alan is always here. I feel him. I feel him. I did from the beginning, felt him, and he made a point of really helping me feel his love. That was the first thing. Not so much phenomenon like flicking lights off and on, which they can do really easy. And he has done that on occasion, not so much for me, but other people. But he wanted me to experience his love because he knew that that would heal me, and that I would then know that he's real, more so than the lights flickering. Because I would know that that was him. I'd go, well, okay, that was you turning the light off and on. But so what? You know, that wasn't going to bring me any comfort. That wasn't going to make me feel happy. It wasn't going to bring me any peace. It was just a phenomenon. So he also said he wasn't that strong at making physical contact. I've written about this in our group recently because he explained it to me. I said, why is it that some souls on their side can actually make physical contact? They can't. They can actually give somebody a hug. A friend of mine, her daughter returned to her and gave her a physical hug, and it was beautiful. So I said to Alan, why can't you give that to me? And he said he doesn't really have that experience because when he was here in the body, he wasn't so much in the body. He was so like out of his body a lot of times, doing readings and just being spacey. You know, some people are just not grounded. He was one of those people. So for him, it's harder for him to make that physical touch. What's easier for him is what I just said about making me feel his love. Like, he can project his emotion very powerfully. So I'll feel this love come in. I'll feel this energy come in and feel him literally going through my body. It's very intense. Other souls might not be able to do that, but they could physically touch somebody. They could do something else. So every soul is different, but they're all alive, and he said they all can learn to do all the things I just described. It just takes a little time for some of it. So Alan is actually, he says he's learning how to physically connect with me because he knows that I'd like that. Okay, but right now, it's the strongest thing is for him to let me feel his love. And I actually come to prefer that because it just gives me this elation, and it lifts me up, and it just completes me. So I'm fine with that. I'm working on the other things. Okay, so let me talk now quickly because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but if you have any other questions about this whole story of ours, you can join our group, and there are gazillion posts there because gosh, at this point there've got to be 300 posts in 15 months. I can't even keep track. A lot of days I was posting, I don't know, 3 times a day. There are things that he said, so I channeled his messages. Lately, other people have channeled his messages, so it's all there in the group. But I want to now go to the heart of the reason why you're here, to our messages from heaven. So my good friend Maria is joining us today. She's in our membership academy, and so is Edie, who I just noticed says that she's messaged me that she wants to participate with readings. So let me talk about the two of them before we get started with that. Edie and Maria, I've come to learn from Alan, are soul daughters. And it is true that a lot of us have more than our biological families, we have soul families. And some of you probably experienced that, where you've met people that you felt for sure that you feel bonded to them, like that person feels like your mother, that person feels like your sister or your brother, that they're more to you than just a friend. And that is truly the case. So we all have people around us that are part of our soul family. And I didn't know it, but Maria was one of them. Maria and I have known each other for 14 years now. And when I first met her, I immediately agreed to meet up with her when she invited me to connect, even though I don't as a rule meet with clients, because I've done readings for 34 years, and I don't usually connect with clients because it just doesn't usually work out. So, but I felt called to meet up with Maria, and we've stayed friends since then, and lost touch as some people do because life gets busy. You kind of go off in different directions. But when Alan passed away, she saw on my Facebook profile page that he passed, and she and I reconnected. And so she's been with me on this journey with Alan pretty much from that time, pretty much from when he passed. And so, and certainly from when the group started and everything. And so I was always talking to her when Alan, at the beginning days when it was really, really hard. And when my grief would get really tough, or I'd get upset at Alan, I'd call Maria and just vent. That we all need people like that, because this is not an easy journey and it's very confusing. And so she and I were always close, right, and have remained close. And so when Alan told me, well, she told Maria first that she was our daughter, I said, why didn't I figure that out sooner? Why didn't I think of that? And he said, yeah. So, because he was at that point, like living with her, like I was always in her house, and phenomenon would happen. And I'm writing about it in our book, how he showed up as an orb in her garage when her puppy had to be left at the vet overnight, and she was distraught about it. And he just hung out in her garage as this floating orb that looked like this. It wasn't even see-through. It was solid like this, guys. Solid, like literally like this. Not one of those, that looks like a bubble. I mean, a see-through bubble. It was like this, literally like this. And it was in front of a Ring camera going round and round and round for hours, like all night long. It was Alan saying, I'm here, I'm taking care of you, I care, I love you, I'm taking care of Allie, your puppy. And he wanted to make sure that she knew that. So I guess I should have known then, Maria, but I'm not that bright. but he was always hanging around, and she was able to talk to him, and in some ways she was able to hear him more clearly than me, because Ellen and I still had issues to sort out. And even though I can channel him and bring his message for other people, it was harder for me to get my own answers about me and him from him, because it's just how it is. So, in your relationship with somebody, it's not really always going to be useful to talk to that person you're upset with about them. How do you have that dialogue, especially when they're not in a body and you're emotionally upset? So Alan in his wisdom knew that I would need more even than Maria to communicate for him. And so he, not too long ago, maybe a couple of months now it's been, he brought Edie into our life. We already knew Edie also because she's in Honolulu, and we've met her, I think Edie said, like 25 years ago or so. And so we've known each other. Alan has met her. Alan didn't really meet Maria. He talked to her on the phone, but he didn't meet her in person. But Edie he had met, and so we already had a connection. But he brought Edie into our life because he needed her to channel his messages to me, because he'd never expressed himself fully to me. And it was hard for him to do it directly to me because there was too many problems we had between us. So he began to just talk and share and admit the things that he had done wrong, or why he had done them that I never understood. And in a very short time, it was quite intense, we cleared a lot of things up and healed a lot of the issues that were still needing to be healed. And so as a result, in the process, Edie really became connected to Alan in a deeper way. She said she felt a strong love for him and really cared about him. And then pretty much early on, when these channelings started coming in fast and furious, he said to her to call him dad. And I said, okay, he's telling you to call him dad. I guess that means you're my daughter. If he's telling you to call him dad. And she was happy about that. She said, she felt really close to me. So I said, okay, I guess I have a daughter. And this, after that is when he said, we talked about Maria being our daughter too. So the two of them have been instrumental in really healing our relationship and helping us understand, even how this process works about merging with someone on the other side, because we went through this merge. We're writing about it in our book, about how two souls who are in love with each other, with one who's on the other side and one here, how they can merge and heal the relationship, but also how the person in the body can open up and evolve spiritually as a result of this merge. Because it's really about learning to love yourself unconditionally as you reach out to your loved one on your side and love them unconditionally. So this can be truly a life-altering experience beyond just the amazing healing experience it is of connecting with someone you love, who you think you've lost, but is still right here. So for these reasons, Edie and Maria hear Alan clear as a bell. They talk to him regularly. They're both incredible psychic mediums in their own right. They've done readings, and because Alan knew that, as the book comes out and we move closer to that, and our audience grows, and we really want to serve people as much as possible in a wide, a big avenue, and also he says we want to do a lot of things for free as outreach, because we really feel there's a need for that. He knew that I would need help in doing those readings. It's just too much. There's so much on my plate. There's so much that I'm carrying. So he wanted Maria and Edie to kind of share some of that, to do some of the readings. It doesn't mean that I won't also, or he says, or that I won't chime in, because we all hear him. And when we all talk together, oh my God, Alan is there ×3, right? Because he's all coming through us ×3, and he loves it. So that's what we're going to do today for you. We're going to be choosing people at random who to read. The way it works is the way I started doing the readings with Alan by myself. He would tell me who to choose. It wasn't me saying, oh, I think this. I would be like looking at it used to be the chat. I think today we're going to have you raise hands rather than the chat, because it could be scrolling on forever. And so if you want a reading, you can just raise your hand. Not yet. We can just raise your hand, and whoever's going to read, whether it's me or Edie or Maria, will kind of scan the group and see who we're drawn to. Preferably, if you have your camera on, that would help. But don't worry, we're not going to discriminate based on the video. It's just that he says he'd prefer it that we could see your face, and we certainly need to engage with you, certainly need to talk to you. So when and if you're selected, you're going to be asked to tell us who you want to connect with, because we only going to spend about 10 minutes, maybe 15 at most. Probably he's saying 10 minutes. So if it's 10 minutes, we don't have time to kind of lead up to, like in most mediumship readings, they kind of lead up to things that they have a lot of time to do this, but we won't really have that. So we'd rather you just say, for example, I would like to connect with my husband John. Okay, that's all. You don't have to say how old he was when he passed. Don't have any detail. Just who you're wanting us to connect with, and we're going to tell you what we get, if anything. That said, Alan wants to make clear that on the other side, some of them have an easier time coming through than others. That's just a fact. Okay. But because Alan is there on the other side, he usually can help them come in, like help them kind of raise their energy, help them to, he says, just, project themselves a bit, because every soul is different. Some of them are really strong. They can really project their energy, really project their thoughts, really get the communication going. Others are rather tentative. They're held back. If the person you're asking about recently passed and or had a difficult crossing, like maybe they were sick for a long time, or the way they passed was really traumatic and it was recent, okay, they could still be recovering from that. They could still be not strong enough to come through. So you have to keep that in mind too. So, and I'm not saying not to ask about that person, but just to keep that in mind. And if that is the case, that they're not strong enough to come through, then we might have a little difficulty with that. But it's normally, it wouldn't be so hard, but it really depends. This is why Alan wasn't always comfortable with doing mediumship readings, because he never knew what he was going to be dealing with. And my husband really liked to know what he was getting himself into. So if he was doing a psychic reading, he knew that he could pull something out. He knew he could find something useful to give the person. If it was mediumship and they were really wanting to talk to a certain person, and he wasn't sure 100% that he could give them that person, he wasn't comfortable with that. So he shied away from it, even though he was a natural medium and he could feel spirits around him. Okay, so we're just letting you know that we're going to kind of alternate and take turns. And the way Alan's asking me to run this, and I'm letting Maria and Edie both know, is that whoever's, he's saying, like, taken the ball, like, here, the ball's in your court, run with that ball, run with the reading. He goes, and you give what you get, and if there's anything that any of us want to add to that, fine, we can do that. But he says we don't want to get too into that, because we only have about 10 minutes. We want to reach as many people as possible. So, but in case there's something really strong to, and we really like kind of working together. I often will ask both of them a question that I've already asked Alan, and they almost always, each of them give me a slightly different perspective. And we talked about the example of, like, the blind man touching the elephant, and how each blind man touches a different part of the elephant and has a different description of the elephant, right? And altogether it adds up to the full elephant. So Alan kind of likes that perspective, and he says he just likes the collaboration, just like showing that spirit does collaborate with everybody, and will give a slightly different perspective to each person that they work with. All right, so he's showing me, like, Maria, would you mind starting? And the way we're going to start is, if you want to, and I'm going to put Edie and I kind of out of the spotlight and have you take over, but you just have to go through the group and see who raised your hand. This is everybody's chance to raise your hand, and see who you would like to talk to. And because I've made both of you co-hosts, you can actually hover over their little microphone right now. This is off, right? There's like, looks like they're muted. That little red mic at the bottom by their name. You should be able to unclick it, and then you can talk to them. Okay, and I will probably, Alice, I'll probably spotlight the person you're talking to. Okay, all right. So, okay. Yeah, I was saying, so I'm kind of he's saying I'm kind of the moderator here, kind of managing the spotlight and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll chime in too when all right. So who do you want to start with?
Actually, I'm picking someone, and not because I have known her for a long time, but from the moment she joined the call, I've been hearing her family right next to me.
Okay.
So
let's go with that.
That's why I knew when you said Alan wants you to go first, and I'm like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he told me you were first, and then whoever he tells you to choose.
Yeah. So Vicky, that would be you. So
okay, can you
I'm trying to unmute her.
Let me see. Is it Vicky Noble?
Vicky Noble, yes.
Okay, let me I think Vicky might have to do that herself.
I think I did.
There you did. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, and I'm going to spotlight you.
Oh, we don't need to do all that.
Yes, we do. We want to see your gorgeous face.
I'm in my pajamas.
It's okay, Vicky.
Okay.
We only see the top of you.
That's good. I don't want you to see my pajamas.
Oh, sorry. I got Deb Thomas on here. Sorry, Deb. Hi, Deb. But if you don't want us to spotlight you, Vicky, we don't have to. You tell me.
Oh, it don't matter. You may see my kitties here in a minute. Whoops. As you see, my kitty's knocking my phone around.
Hold on. Let me see if I got this one. Okay, there you go. I think we'd rather see. All right. Here we go.
Hi.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, guys. Hi, Maria.
Hi. Well, like I said, I've known Vicky for a long time, and I have both her dad and her daughter here with me. So, and they kind of like popped in. I kind of expected it to happen, but they popped in as soon as you showed up on the call. I was like, oh, yeah.
Bushy, ain't they?
Yeah, like someone I know.
I know. Runs in the family.
Okay. Well, your dad actually is stronger today. He's got something to say to you.
Oh, boy.
He says you're doing really well. He knows how much you're still grieving. He feels that you grieve quite intently. But he also says it's getting better. It's slow. It's a slow process for you.
Yes.
But he's right there with you the entire time, and he's helping you. It's like every time you grieve, you feel sad, you miss them, it's like he puts his arms around you and he hugs you really tight, and he tells you, cry on my shoulder, I'm here to take it, I can handle it. Okay, so don't ever be afraid to let those tears flow, because I know you do, but don't ever be afraid, because he's right there with you. Okay? They don't plan on leaving you. They're gonna stay there like your angels. Okay,
good. I need them.
Yeah, but they're ready to talk to you. And Kara, she's something special in your life, isn't she?
She's very special. Yes.
Yes, I can see it. It's like she's like this little bright light that I see shining in your life, in your house. Yeah, your daughter is so happy she's there with you. She's like, she brings a lot of herself through Kara.
She does.
And there are times that you see Kara do something and you just say, oh my God, I've seen that before, don't you?
Yeah. I tell her that she's Brandy Jr. someday. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And Brandy's always with her. And she actually, Kara is not really aware of it, but she can hear her mom.
Oh, good deal.
She can hear her mom. She'll become more aware of it as she gets older and uses that ability, but she can, and you can too, Vicky.
Okay.
Okay. Remember when you were making masks when COVID first started, that you were making masks for other people?
Yes.
She was right there with you, helping you, putting her own energy and making those masks.
Good deal.
So yeah, she's with you all the time. Okay. But talk to her. Don't, she says, Mom, please don't think I'm dead, because I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
I can talk to her.
Yeah. She says, keep talking to me, but don't think I'm dead, because I'm not. I just don't have a body anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Well, she's okay and all's well.
Yes, she's fine. She's happy. She wants to stay around you. When you grieve, she grieves. Okay. She feels your emotions intensely. And all she wants is to see you happy. So she's working on you. She's working on you and helping you, but they know it's going to take time. It'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah. Tell her not to leave. Just hang out with us, please.
She hears you. She says,
But,
oh, don't worry.
Yeah. I know she was with me today because I got upset at the cemetery. I got back in the car, and all at once, Sweet Child of Mine came on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
I was like,
mashed potatoes?
Brandy loved mashed potatoes and fried potatoes.
There you go. She was showing me mashed potatoes. She's like, I'm not leaving my mashed potatoes.
Chocolate gravy was another big thing for her. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so she's there with you all the time. Don't worry about it. And they were both, Brandy and Dad were like here next to me, being very pushy about making sure you had a turn.
Oh, they're pushy, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sweetie. Anything else?
No, I'm good. As long as I know they're with me, I'm good.
Always.
Good deal.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
I hope that went well for you, Vicky. And
Very well. Yes.
all right, cool, great. I'm so glad. So let me just see if I can mute you again. Oops. And we're going to go to Edie. Hi, Edie.
My husband was vacuuming.
All right.
He's got to do chores sometime.
I know. Well, hey, I'm all for men vacuuming.
Week I have to mop.
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
now mop
okay.
every Sunday.
Right.
Okay.
So, I feel ready to do this. I know this is all new for both of you.
Yeah.
So you can just look at the group of people who've raised their hand, and that's going to tell you who he wants to talk to.
I feel Virginia.
Hi, Pamela. Thank you.
Hi.
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 Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Who do you want to connect with?
I want to say my brother, but then I'm wondering if my grandmother, I've never connected with her, on earth or in heaven. So who would?
I feel like the grandmother comes through. Let's see. I know she comes closer than the brother. Actually, they're coming in together. I feel like your grandmother, she is actually around you. She comes in. It feels like a lot of times, when you're doing chores or we're washing dishes, I feel like I just got goosebumps. She's there. And she was a funny lady, actually. I feel her personality. and you know, when you're sad, I feel like she tickles you, or it's very subtle, but you feel the hug or the little laughter or something inside when you're feeling down. And she sings, she dances in your kitchen, you're washing dishes or cooking. I see you with a colander and, you know, like washing dishes or kale or something, and she's around you, and I don't know, I hear music and she's dancing around you. She's actually very animated.
Really?
She feels very animated. Well, she is in your kitchen. Do you do a lot of cooking? Are you in your kitchen quite a bit?
I am. And I love to lately I've been dancing to the playlist and just kind of.
That's what it is. So she's dancing. I mean, I see you washing and there's music, there's dancing, and she's dancing right along with you. If you forget
Wow.
ingredient too, she's like, oh, what about this one? You know, like, so if you forget something, she goes, hey,
Mhm.
why don't you try this? So when you
Really?
get inspirations of, oh, let me try something different. You love to create in the kitchen food. So she said, why don't you try some of this? This will
Hmm.
make it better or something. So that's her.
Wow.
That's her inspiring you.
Wow.
And she's with you until you go to bed at night, you know?
Mm.
I almost feel she tucks you in.
Wow.
Needing that the comfort or that motherly connection is what she says to me. So she's actually there for you. She would like you to talk out loud to her,
Okay.
you know, and to, you know, start to write what you get. I mean, that's the easiest way to solidify a relationship and get something that's very clear and usable, you know. I think she really wants to help you cook, you know. So when you've got inspiration to try a new recipe or add
Mhm.
something different, she's in there, and she is actually quite vocal loud. I mean, she can be, so she'll make her presence known to you. But there's so much love there, you know, like right now, even it feels like she's kind of giving you a, you know, an emotion, like a hug beyond. So yeah, you've never met her. Maybe you weren't supposed to, but you're supposed to have a relationship with her now.
Okay, good.
Okay. So she wants a relationship as much as you do. And you've connected to the group not by mistake, but needing that connection with her. You know, somehow it brings, and it's not closure, but it brings some completeness to your life. Does that sound right?
Yes, yes, perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I need her strength and, you know, everything that all that she has. And she has a lot of power, I believe, you know, creativity. Was quite a woman.
She is very strong. I mean, she is very strong. She was when she was here too, very vocal, and the word is not, but when she thought something, she had very firm ideas about the way things should be, about liberty, about, you know, being correctness, being proper, and very, I would say she had stage presence. When she walked into a room, people knew it. It was just an aura about her, you know, like her energy was huge.
Yeah, she was intimidating.
Yeah, I want to see opinion, not opinion, the word's not opinionated, but she did have very strong opinions.
Mhm.
I think she's correcting me about, you know, how to see the world, or something was right or wrong, or how you should do it like this because, you know, and people respected her, so she could get away with it.
Mhm.
Mhm. But she's there with you. She will boost you. You will strengthen. you feel, I think if you're going through a frail period of time or something, but she's there to boost you. So connect with her, definitely connect with her, write her,
Okay.
and she'll move through you.
Wonderful.
But she says that she's very animated. So continue in the future.
Okay. I will.
Any other questions? You have questions?
I do. How can she help me help my mother with what's going on with her? And yeah.
What is your mother's name?
Francesca.
Francesca, is she ill? I feel like she's having a hard time with thought processes and just trying to, figure things out, or just her the way her mind is working is not.
Dementia.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Foggy, or yeah. Okay. What's grandma's name?
Grace.
Grace. Grandma. Okay, we'll call her grandma. She's
Okay.
not called
Mama.
Mama. Okay. Mama, how can Vicky help? When she's in that state, like when she's kind of in a stupor, or she's lying there and she's quiet, hum to her. I think music, or sing to her. Soothing. She needs soothing, because when she is not sure, she's very panicked, or like when she doesn't remember, like, where am I? Who am I? So if you have, some music playing, somehow that jogs, it's soothing to her. It can jog her memory, to kind of ease her, to help her back into maybe the present. Maybe she remembers more easily. So because there's a lot of anxiety or feeling very anxious in that state when she's not sure. So if you hum and you get into if you get into the habit of doing that, you'll bring her back. If you form that habit and she can connect, that's it. And she can connect with that when you hum. She'll go, oh, I'm here. That's it. I'm getting used to goosebumps. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful way to do it. It feels so beautiful to bring her back in that way through your voice. And you call grandma with you when you're with her. Oh, and grandma is there. Grandma works through you. The more you connect with her and can reach out to your mom.
Awesome.
I hope
Thank
that's
you.
helpful. You're welcome.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Virginia. Hope that helped. Thanks, Edie.
You're welcome.
That was great. Love it. Okay. I can pick up on Dad. He's like really happy. You're both you and Maria are here. So I'm going to remove your spotlight. All right. So I'm going to see who Alan wants to talk to with me. He was already going through, as I was looking at everybody, he was already kind of narrowing it down here. So he wants to talk to Jackie LaFontaine.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spotlight you because you're not on video, and that's okay. You don't have to be on video. So let me know who you want to talk to.
Well, Dana said either my mom or my Jim, my late husband, wanted to tell me something, but
Oh, one of them, but you don't know who.
I don't know who. It's,
Jim. Okay, Jim. I know Jim's your late husband. Who's and
Yeah.
your mother? What's your mother's first name?
Mary.
Mary. Well, first, let me kind of go back and forth. Okay, he's saying let's go back and forth. So Jim is around you, like he comes back and forth with you. He's like around you, like this is what I'm seeing. Like he goes back and forth, Like he's always not always around you, but he comes in and out. Your mother, now Alan's showing me, like your mother's kind of knocking on the door. Your mother, I feel it has something to do, he's saying it's something to do with your health and well-being. And your mom, that your mom wants to help you with this. Okay, is there something that you already feel you're struggling with or that you are concerned about? Okay, because now as I see your mother kind of going, yeah, that's kind of it. That's it. What's going on with you health-wise?
Health-wise, well, with the COVID and everything, and
Right.
it's just that because I have diabetes, high blood pressure,
Right.
high cholesterol, those things, and asthma. I'm most concerned, I guess, about my diabetes. And the thing is too that when I get anxious, I tend to eat things or drink things that I shouldn't. And then I feel guilty about it. And then I try and say, okay, you need to stop it. But when the opportunity comes up again, it's like you start into it again.
All over again.
Yeah.
That's I see your mother nodding, like, yes, this has got to stop. Like, this has got to stop. Because you said, yeah, she's showing just vicious circle. You're just going around and around. And she's concerned about your health. She's a funny thing. I don't think she's so concerned about COVID. She's more concerned about all the other things you've listed, like about the diabetes. She goes, forget the COVID. Can deal with what you're dealing with, right? Not forget COVID. I don't feel that COVID is going to be an issue for you. Right. I just not that you shouldn't take precautions or whatever you've already done, that you shouldn't keep doing it, but it's more about, okay, Alan was saying lifestyle issues, that you're not managing stress very well. And he says you've always had trouble with that. And okay, and your mother's really taking over this issue, not so much your husband. I don't know, would your husband have felt like that you don't listen to him? Like, you're not listening to me. And it's almost like he's given up and your mother's pushed in going, well, I'm going to talk to her because you're her daughter. Right. So she's coming in here and Alan's saying he wants to help you manage your stress. Okay. So it's not going to be as complicated as you think. Okay. But you need to stop this. He says the circle of insanity of going round and around with this pattern. Okay, because they're both showing me that you're just going deeper in the hole a little bit with this. Okay, and it doesn't have to be this way. So, okay, I know you're in the academy, and so he's saying to me to go in there, and he's going to guide you to what of the attunement videos to watch. Okay, and he says you'll know which one it is, or actually more than one. I think it's probably 2 or 3 altogether, but you'll know which ones to watch, and you watch that, and you ask him to help you with managing stress. And he says he's going to work with you on that. Okay, and if you have questions about it, you can email me. Okay, and say, well, I don't understand this. He says you probably won't have questions, but if you do, just email me or message me, whatever. But he wants to turn this around for you, and because you can't, you're just stuck in a pattern that is, yeah, it's non-beneficial, and if we don't correct it, it's just going to get worse, and it doesn't have to be that way. your mother's trying to help on her end too. Because, you know, they can. Our loved ones on the other side, they have the ability to heal us and help us also. So she's doing what she can. And Alan can do a lot too. So they're both gonna work with you on this. But it has to do with stress. Is it hard for you to relax? Really to just, you know, to let go and relax and be at peace? Is that hard for you?
Yeah, because I've always been that way where
Yeah.
it takes so much effort to just let go.
It takes so much work to relax.
But once I get into it, you know, once I get relaxed, I feel really good, but it's
I
so,
know. It takes a long
so
time to get there.
hard.
Okay. He says, we're going to change that. He's Alan's laughing at me because he's saying, Pam, she's kind of like you. Like Jackie's kind of like you. And I go, okay. But he says, the difference is, he says, I have a stronger constitution and I don't have the issues you have, but I can work hard and I push hard, but I do know how to relax actually, but he says he does understand what you're going through and he wants to change that. Okay, so go into that academy. That's what all those attunements, the videos, but I don't know how many, probably over 100 now. There's so many, I can't count them all, but be guided as to what to watch. It says it's not even about exactly what's on that video. It's more like you sit with the energy of that and he called him in, he's going to help you with this, and you watch it and something's going to happen. Because those, I want to tell you, and anybody else, some people on the call are in our academy too, but so somebody recently told me that she plays those because a lot of those videos also have an MP3 file, so people can listen to the audio. So one gal has been playing the audio while she sleeps. She just has it on really low, and I don't even know which one it is. But since she joined our group, which has been probably 6 months or so, I'm not sure, but she hasn't noticed a big change for herself. But her husband has become psychic. Her husband has become able to kind of read her mind or tell her what she's going to say or anticipate what she wants. And she just thought it was hilarious that he's sleeping next to her and he's hearing this, getting the energy from the video, and it's opening him up. And the really funny part, he doesn't even believe in this stuff. He doesn't even believe in angels or guides or whatever, right? He's completely closed. So she didn't even talk to him about it. And yet he's the one that's opening up. So I just think it's great because it shows it's not about your belief. It's about some people are just very sensitive. And so I've been meaning to tell people in our academy, go and play some of that stuff subliminally. Go and have it running in the background and see what happens, because you'd be surprised what can happen. So anyway, do that, okay? Alan says he's going to work with you on that. He's all excited about it. And, you know, we'll take it from there, he says. He says, because this has got to stop. He says, gotta stop this pattern. All right,
Okay.
Jackie.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you so much. Let me just see here. Let's see if I can find you and hold on, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm going to go back to Maria. So Maria, do you want to take a look at who has raised their hand and see who Alan would like to talk to?
McKenna Shipilov.
Yes,
Oops.
that's me. And it's weird that my real name came up because my real name's not on my Facebook. It's just Kenna.
That's
Kenna.
funny.
That's
Have I been talking to you with private messages?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
No idea.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I've been just going through so much.
It's okay. So who do you want to connect with?
I want to connect with his name's Carlos. He is my son's father. He just passed away on Father's Day of this year.
Okay. Yeah. He's kind of quiet. I mean, he's not like a big yakker in around me, and I don't know if it's just because he's not used to communicating that way, but he seems quiet. Was his presence kind of, I want to say soft, but not like as in not
Yes.
masculine, you know?
Yes.
It's just a sweet presence.
Yes.
Okay.
A very pure presence.
Yeah, I can feel that. He adored his son, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, most fathers do, but it just, he seems to have had a really big connection with his son.
So
And
we lost our son. And he held on to that forever, like I did. We didn't lose him as death wise, like in the world. I was 17 and pregnant. He was 18. When I had our son, we wanted to be a family, you know, that's why we kept our son. But I went through a really hard time with postpartum depression. I self-mutilated by myself one time. So then my son was removed and placed with my maternal uncle and aunt when he was a baby. And we fought for him. We fought long and hard for our son. We did not give up. But I guess we honestly really do feel like, you know, the courts failed us. They failed our son.
Yeah, he's got this idealized version of having a son, and right now he is with his son. He's going to be around him. He's going to be around you also, but it seems like he's just got a strong presence in his son's life right now. I
have chills.
He's saying, don't worry, he's taking care of him.
Okay.
He's with him and he's taking care of him. And it seems like your son can feel his presence. I don't think he's not aware of it in the sense that it's like he feels like what Edie was mentioning, the goosebumps. Right. You know, something strange might happen, and or he gets messages, very quiet messages, and he's very quiet. He's not very loud.
He's not.
Yeah, I can tell that. But he's kind of made it his mission to be right beside your son.
That's always been his mission.
Yeah. Well, he's continued that on the other side. So he's right there the entire time. Okay. He says he loves you.
I love him.
And he does not, there's no blame on his part for having lost custody of your son. So
he never blamed me.
Yeah, he's reiterating that there's no blame. Yeah, it'll be okay. Do you have any questions for him?
I do. I want to know, because I've received, so my Carlos was found in a body of water in his car. It was a fatal accident on Father's Day. The cell phone that he used every day was in his back pocket. When his body was found, the police and the forensic unit could not do anything with his phone, even to use it for the investigation. but 2 weeks later, I got two phone calls in the middle of the night from him, Carlos, while he was already on the other side. One came in at 12:10 midnight. I slid it, answered it, and I kept saying hello, and it only lasted for 9 seconds and then hung up. And then now that I was paying attention, another phone call came through 30 minutes later, and it hung up before I could slide the answer button. I want to know if this is him like sending me signs that he's here with me.
Yes. Yes.
Another thing is I had a person that is a very close friend of mine that does have an ability to also connect. And one night we did try to connect and something really crazy happened, and our heads actually got connected together like it was a magnet. And my ear went down the side of her face to where her mouth was, and it was like stuck. And she was shaking, she was crying. She said, "McKenna, I don't know what's going on right now, but I think he's entering my body." And then she had whispered into my ear when it was at her mouth, like, and he was like, "Forgive yourself." And then he had said, "Let go, and your happiness is coming soon." And I just want to know if he was present in that moment.
Yes. 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 Yes is what I keep getting, big old yeses. I can see it written like in big letters, yes. And now they're painted red. So yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Okay. And he's going to continue to bring you signs.
Because this death has been very hard on me. Just because he know me better.
I can feel it. I feel it like right here in my chest. It's like a big old blob of, it's painful. So, but yeah, definitely forgive yourself. He was completely right on that. Forgive yourself. It can take time, but he's there to help you. Okay. It's going to be okay. It really is.
I want to know, will he be there for me waiting?
Yes. You mean when you cross over?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he will be there. As well as any other members of your family. You will not cross over alone, ever. Okay?
Yeah, he was the most important. So, does he have any?
He says he'll be front and center. So
I believe it.
Yeah. He wants you to know that he is holding your hand, like right now.
Okay.
Right now. Okay? It's going to be fine. He's holding your hand, and he says he does that often, many times a day. Do you
feel like sometimes he touches me?
Yeah. Do you sometimes feel like heat? Like
sometimes I feel like sometimes my hand hurts.
Yeah, because I keep getting that he's touching you, and that you can feel his touch when he does. So
yeah, like sometimes here, sometimes on my shoulder when I'm walking through my room at night. And I'll turn around and I'm like, I know that's you, Carlos. I know you're here for me. I know that you're trying to make it known, because I do have very suicidal tendencies. I've always suffered from them. My anxiety and his anxiety is just so bad because we lost our son. So we're suffering from post-traumatic stress. And I just feel like that pain that I'm carrying with me, that he carried with him, did that pain stop for him?
Yes. Yes. He can feel your pain. Okay. He says he's at peace where he is right now. I mean, that's what I feel from him. It's like there's just a complete sense of peacefulness from his end. So what he felt when he was in a body is different now. There isn't any of that
Okay.
anxiety there. except when it comes to when he connects with you, because he can feel your anxiety.
Okay.
So he's trying to help you overcome that, you know. So he's letting you know, I'm here, I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of our son. I'm taking care of it all right now.
Okay.
So it's gonna be
I
okay.
get that sense too.
Yeah.
All right. Are you able to feel like any tightening like in your throat about his death? Like, because I'm trying to figure out if he drowned to death or not.
He's saying don't go down that road.
Okay.
He's saying just let it go. Don't go, it's not going to make a difference. It was his time to go. He chose to go because he can do more for you from the other side than he could have done here. Okay? So don't go down on how it happened or any of that. Okay, sweetie?
Yeah.
Just wanted to add something because Alan is coming through with strong. Your Carlos is going to help you find happiness. Okay, but he's saying that that's his mission. That you've suffered enough. He wants to be sure you're happy. Okay, it may not be necessarily with him, like necessarily be that you're gonna have this connection like I have with Alan. Okay, he's not saying you couldn't. He's just saying you deserve to be happy. He wants you to be happy. You've had it really rough up until now, and he's going to do everything in his power to make you happy. Okay, so he wants you to get through this difficult time. He knows it's really hard with everything else that you've gone through. Okay, but you're still young and you're beautiful and you have the world in front of you, your future in front of you, and he wants to make you happy. Okay, so he's going to be like your guardian angel, not only watching over you, but managing things. Like they can make things happen for us like an angel would. Okay.
Yeah.
So he says your job is just to stay positive and just keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay. When you're really in a bad place, we all get there. Trust me, even me, you know, when you get there, talk to him. He's going to come in and comfort you and help you. Okay. But he's going to be watching over you. He really wants you to be happy. And he says you will be happy.
Okay.
You will. That is, your destiny is not to be miserable and grieve for the rest of your life, all right? You're going to get through this. And Alan's saying that he's going to help Carlos help you. So you're going to get through this.
Okay.
So they're all a team up there, okay? So they all work together. So just please, just keep going. Don't give up. And know that you're here still for a reason. So never lose hope. Okay.
Okay.
He
Thank
wants you to live and thrive and keep going and be happy. If
Okay.
anything, live kind of in memory of him, right? Like, because as we're still here, we carry their memory with us and they're still alive through us. And they want to live through us. They want to be here through us. And so what better way to, memorialize him that way?
Yeah. He's actually saying that he smiles through your smiles. So every time you smile, he's smiling with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He feels everything that you feel. And this is true for anybody out there who's lost a loved one. They're one with us. They feel what we feel. They are merged with us. Just maybe not, 95%, but enough that they feel what we feel.
Okay. Because I have this feeling inside of me that he's been trying to reach me so bad.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He's afraid that you're going to just give up.
I think he's afraid that I'm going to go kill myself. I think he's scared that I might become so deep into the depression. Right. Because he knows me. He's the person out of everybody that knows that I can get there.
Right. He doesn't want that for you. It doesn't have to be that way for you. And know that he doesn't want that. The last thing I'm talking about addressing everybody here on this call. Okay. Because a lot of people, this is a common thing that people have lost a loved one. It's very common for people to think, well, maybe I should just leave this world. You know, I can't take it anymore. But if we're still here, we're here for a reason, and it's not our time. And I will promise you that if we leave early, you get to the other side and go, oh God, what was I thinking? Like, that was the biggest mistake. Okay,
Right.
so as hard as it is, do your best to stay here, get the help you need, go talk to somebody like us who you need to do whatever you
Right.
got to do, but stay here because
Right.
there's a reason you're here. And we don't want to exit early because we went through a lot to get here. That's what Alan
Yeah.
likes to say. You couldn't believe how hard we tried to get here, and now we're here. A lot of us go, oh, why am I here?
Right.
And it's understandable because life is really hard. So I'm
Right.
taking time to address this because it's not just for you, it's for a lot of people who listening right now or listen later who feel like, well, I'd be better off if I'm with him or her.
Right.
Like,
Right.
let's leave this world. You won't be. Yeah, you'll be reunited, but you're gonna really be upset with yourself. I guarantee it. That's
Okay.
what happens to souls who exit before their time. But you have the choice to. Okay.
Okay.
And there is no death. So, but we're not trying to be cavalier about death and say there's no death, so why don't I just leave? It's not that simple. If we're here right now, we're not done. And you don't want to leave before your time.
Sometimes when you're grieving, it's just things are foggy and you're just wondering like
I know.
why did their time come so much earlier? For me personally, like, why on Father's Day does my son have to grieve instead of celebrate?
Just know that all the struggles we have and the pain that we endure, all of it is to not just make us stronger, it brings us closer to God, to source, to who we really are, right? We don't get stronger by living with everything going our way, with everything like walking around in life, getting it easy. It doesn't work out that way. So a lot of times the people who are here for a big mission, they gotta go through some hard times, or they've got to learn compassion, or they've got to, suffer a bit. We don't know why. Why some people leave early, some people live to be 100, why. But it's not about that. There is a lot of suffering in the world. And it's all for some reason that we won't really understand till we probably cross over. And then it'll be made clear to us. But just know there is some reason, and just keep going. He's showing me, put your head down and just keep going, and just do your best and reach out to him when you need to, because he's really strong and Alan is saying he's going to help Carlos be better able. He's already strong enough. He's going to be better able to really project his love to you, so that you feel it, so you really feel it, so that it sustains you, so that you feel filled up by it, right? This is how I feel with Alan. Like, I just feel comforted by it, and I don't feel alone. It makes me whole.
Yes.
If you can understand that.
Yeah.
He says he wants that for you. He wants you to feel filled up. It's because it's not just about getting a message. It's not about maybe even seeing him clairvoyantly, but how does that make you feel? Does it complete you? Do you feel better? Do you feel stronger, right? Do you feel happier within yourself? That's really what it's about. Then you've got something. So Alan's going to help Carlos really give that to you.
Okay.
Then you'll have that for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And you can share that with your kids and your other loved ones and friends and whatever, family, right? So he's going to work on that. And by doing that, Alan's saying, when we do that, we also change our whole energy and our vibration. So that means our life changes, because our life is created by the energy that we're giving off, right? By our attitude, just how we're feeling inside. I think you understand what I mean. So the better you feel, the better your life goes. The worse you feel, the worse your life goes. Right. So he wants to project that to you, so you'll feel better. So you feel uplifted. And then things will get better and better and better.
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, actually, I can feel him starting it already. The projection. Like I got very lightheaded, and I can feel him. So Alan's already working with him. So
I feel really hot.
you're going to feel, oh God, I'm getting, okay, stop it already. I'm getting, oh God, he says, trust me. And everybody else is listening, you have the same thing. All right, Alan will work with your loved one to help them project their love to you. This will change your life. I promise you. This will make you happy because they can do that for us. I know that from experience, right? So Alan is really, really good at that. So he's going to help Carlos do that. And this is going to turn everything around for you. So don't give up, okay? Just hang in there. I know that each day it's going to get stronger and stronger, and you're going to feel happier for no reason. And that's the best reason of all, that you're happy for no reason except that you exist.
Right.
And you just wake up and go, oh, I feel good.
Right. I'm playing,
you know, and you can. He said, and Alan and Maria knows Alan's really good at healing depression too.
Oh yeah.
Like, helped Maria and Edie with that, and other people. Like, so, you know, life right now, let's face it, kind of depressing.
Right.
Not just if you're grieving. I mean, it's really hard if you're grieving, but it's just rather hard right now. So
yeah.
So really good at just changing that, and so that you can feel complete.
Okay.
So don't give up when you're so close to the finish line, so to speak.
Okay. That's why
again,
I feel something that's like, that pulls me away from all the negativity.
No,
and I feel that it's Carlos's presence that
He's
pulls
present.
me
He's
every time.
not going to let you fail. He's not going to let you fall apart. He says that is not your future.
Okay.
Okay. Just really telling yourself that. That's nobody's future that's on this call or watching this later.
He's actually showing himself to me like a big warrior kind of person. So he's like your knight in shining armor. He's gonna keep you safe. Okay, always.
He always called himself the king.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was a gentle warrior, is what I'm hearing. Gentle warrior.
That's why this one hits
fierce.
home. It hits home because of he's so gentle and something so tragic happened to him. That's why it just hit home for me.
But what Maria said earlier, that he left because he could help you better from the other side, that is true. He knew that he could help you more if he was not in the body. Just like Alan knew that he could help me more in my life and through COVID if he was on the other side than he could in the body. A lot of souls, and Alan wants everyone to know, a lot of your loved ones also left because they knew that they could help you from the other side more than they could here. Okay. So they do that. So often do they do that. That's why, you said, well, why did he have to go? Or why did they have to go? Sometimes it's for that very reason. They knew that they could help us more from the other side. And that's really all that mattered to them, and so their soul had agreed to that probably before, Alan says before they got here. They knew on a deeper level, soul level, that I'm not going to be here that long, but I'm going to help from the other side. He knew he wasn't going to be here that long.
Yeah, I actually had a box that was packed that we always discussed. We didn't want to discuss it, but we had to. And it was a box that was set up for pretty much when he would pass away. Because he knew and I knew it would happen young.
Yeah, it wasn't a death wish. He just knew. And there are some souls who just know that. They know I'm not going to be here that long, and they're okay with it. It's not like they're being, depressive or anything. They just know. So he's gonna help you from the other side. All right.
Thank you. And thank you. Because Alan's got this.
Well, Alan's got this. And he's got this for anybody else out there watching this now or later. All right. Your loved one, he says he's going to help them come through to you emotionally. That is, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, the most important. Because if we don't feel good inside, what does it matter if we could see them clairvoyantly? That's cool, but that's not making me feel better.
Right.
Even getting a message is amazing. That's important too. That's second to me. But the feeling, the love, feeling the connection, feeling the comfort, feeling their strength, okay, that to me is everything. Because you know, I don't know about you, but I need that. Like, how do I get through my day if I feel empty?
Right.
If I just feel defeated, you know, if I feel disconnected.
Very true.
And
And that's all I've been feeling.
yeah, well, he's going to change that and come in. He says Carlos has already kind of touches you, right? So you got that. Like, I don't have that from Ellen yet. He's not
Right.
really good at that. He's really good at like loving me, like bringing his energy full on through me. Like, oh boy, is he good at that. But he's working on the touching and all that and other things. And I can see him clairvoyantly. But the emotional part is, to me, is the critical thing, because
It is critical.
then your life can change, because your
Right.
life doesn't
Our
change by
lives
you
are
seeing
depending
it.
on it. That's true.
Yeah, because your energy, as I said just a little while ago, your energy creates your reality. So seeing it, somebody isn't going to do that, isn't going to change your energy that you're creating your experience from. But feeling their love, feeling all that, and shifting, letting go of the pain, yeah, that's going to change everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Maria.
You're welcome.
Bye. Thanks, Maria. Okay, we're kind of at 90 minutes, but I want to go. Okay, Alan's saying we'd like Edie to take the last one, if Edie is okay with that, and then we'll close with that. But thanks, Maria. I know, guys, we spent a while on this last one, but I feel Alan said it was important because it's a topic that everyone needed to hear. It was kind of for everyone. Okay, thanks, Maria. Okay, so hold on a minute. Oops. Let me go back. Okay. Hi, Edie.
Hi,
Still up to taking one more, our last one?
I'll try.
Oh, you can. Alan's laughing at you.
I know.
You know he's laughing at you, right? I can hear
He
him.
always laughs at
Like,
me.
try. He's like, try. What's she talking about?
Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Okay. Hold on.
Ooh.
Is it? We only have one Elizabeth. Is that right? Hi, Elizabeth. Is that you? Wait, I
Yes.
think we have more than one.
Elizabeth Ojeda?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We have two Elizabeths. That's why.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Pam.
Hi there.
Hi, Edie.
Hi.
I'm going to.
Okay. How are
All
you?
right. I'll let you guys.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to talk to my wife, Becky.
Well, I feel like she really comes in and wants to talk to you. She feels very talkative.
Yeah, that
She
sounds like her.
feels very talkative, very excited. With connecting with you. She loves you. She's with you. You connect with her.
Mm-hmm.
She really misses doing all the things that you've done together before.
Yeah.
Playing, messing around, outdoors. I don't know, hiking, playing. She misses all of that, but she's here and she's not leaving you.
I love that message. She always tells me that.
What is her name? What is her name again? Say her name.
Becky.
That's-
Becky.
I'm not sure, but I see horse. I see her on a horse. Does that mean anything?
No, not that I know of.
I see her on a horse on a beach.
Really? I don't know.
Okay, well, that's what I see. So I'm not sure what that means. I think it's the freedom that she gets.
Freedom.
The freedom that she gets now that she does not have a body. It feels like being here, although you had fun, like there was a lot of things that bound her or she felt tied.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tied to. imprisoned, if you might say. Some of it was her own emotions and things that she's gone through.
Mhm.
The mental state was very hard for her.
That's true.
Did she suffer from some depression or?
Yes.
Okay, so that was being a prisoner in her own mind was very hard, and she doesn't have that anymore. So the freedom of feeling the wind in your hair when you're
Mhm.
on a horse,
I
and
get it.
riding on the beach, right? On the beach with the wind blowing is kind of that exhilarating feeling that she has.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that because she did feel trapped in a lot of ways with things going on in her life. So,
The things she couldn't control, and even with things that she could, just the mind was so.
mhm.
The mind had a sorry, excuse me. Her mind had a thing of its own.
Mm.
Her mind had a mind of its own, so it would just think what it thought.
Right. Well, she did suffer from depression and anxiety.
Yeah, so I see that strongly. So she's free now. Did you have a question for her?
I don't know. Is there anything else you're picking up on that she wants to tell me?
Do you have an animal, or do you have an animal together, like a
An
dog
animal together?
or dog?
Well, she had a dog, and we used to joke that it was my stepdaughter, but I don't know.
Okay, so she's talking about the dog. Do you still have the dog?
Her children have it.
Okay. Do you want a dog? Do you need a dog?
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
She said that might be good, but she's talking about the dog. Oh, okay. And how we love the dog, she said.
Mhm. Yes.
And that
Yeah,
that was a different experience as far as like sharing, like a child together.
yeah, because we kind of, it was like we'd call it my stepdaughter, and then she had 2 children, so it was like we were a little family. Yeah.
Well, mainly she loves you, and continue talking to her.
Continue talking to her.
Write-
She likes,
write her.
yeah,
Do you
because
write?
we've been, yeah. I
Okay.
write her a lot of letters, and we've been
Communicate.
like, trying like hard to figure out connection.
Okay. Well, you are connecting with her, and I guess the main thing is for you to continue to practice and to trust that.
Okay. We've been trying to learn like touch and that sort of thing
So
too.
what I see is that her coming into your energy field, kind of like the merge, but feeling
Really?
her, just feeling her through you. So when you lie down at night, you go into meditation, and you bring her in, and she will that energy just kind of lies on you. That will be very healing for you.
Right.
That will
Because I was wondering, if we've come like close to anything like that yet.
Part of it is needing to get into the space of being able to meditate, or just quiet and relax and trust, and bringing in some peace. So using some of the meditations or the attunements at the academy kind of helps you to come into that space. The love attunement in particular. So you come into a place of, loving yourself, and a place of peace with that. When you can get into that space is when she can connect more deeply with you, especially when you're about to fall asleep.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for that, because we do go to bed together every night, and we meditate.
Okay, so continue to do that. but you'll
Okay.
actually feel a more of a closeness, more of that energy like on you or lying on you, you know, that
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like me to try or?
she does want you to take better care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Food,
Mm-hmm.
remembering to feed yourself.
Yeah, she's brought that up before.
You know, drinking, you know, enough water and a little bit of sunshine. Maybe that pulls you out of, you know, brightening up your day or bringing in some of that sunshine into the pineal gland, you know, the crown.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I have been trying to get out more and
Okay.
like take more, you know, vitamins and, you know, better my health a little, you know, my nutrition. So
Yes, so especially that. So she said specifically, please take care of yourself food wise. Eat
Mhm.
well. Remember to eat, first of all. And eat good stuff. Green stuff. Green stuff. I see green stuff.
Okay.
She's always there for you. She's always there.
Yeah. Because I get the feeling like, because I could feel her around me a lot. And I always talk to her, ask her to come with me to places and things like that, you know.
Yeah. And she is. She is.
So I want to ask Elizabeth, do
Yeah.
you write what Becky's telling you?
What she's telling me.
Yeah, I know you say you write to her, but are you writing what she's telling you? Because
No,
she has
I usually write her
she has-
letters, a lot of letters.
she has things to say to you that
Mm.
you could write, she's saying, like that you could channel in other words, that you could write that to let it, because okay, Alan's saying by you doing that, you're going to bring her more into your reality. Like in
Okay.
other words, you pretend you know what she's going to say.
Mhm.
Don't worry, she'll project that to you. Like she'll
Really?
tell you, like you'll just, so what would, if you ask her a question, what would she say? Like in other words, you're gonna feel, of course, like you're making it up, but you're not, because
Yeah,
she's
that's
really
the problem.
blended with you.
Mm.
She's going to put those words in your mind, and this, if you want to bring her more into your reality, this is an important part of it, is to just write for her, like write what she would say to you. Don't worry about like trying to prove that that's really her. It's not, don't even think about that. It's more about the process. It's about you're anchoring her into your world. And then more and more, you will know that it's not you. Trust me. When I was in the beginning with Alan, like one night I couldn't sleep and I was tossing and turning, and he's like, get up. No, I don't want to get up and write what I'm going to tell you. And I said, what? Like, how do I know that? Just sit down, just do what I asked you to do. All right. So I got on my laptop, I start, okay, what? And I start writing. And I go, oh my God, this is not me.
Oh, wow.
He goes, no, it's me. Okay, it didn't start out that way, the first few words or sentences. Okay, but then it just flowed, right?
Mm-hmm.
She can express herself through you. That
Is that
doesn't
like
mean
automatic writing?
yeah, well, yeah, but that's not technically automatic, right? Technically, automatic writing is when you're like writing by hand or even on the computer, where you're not even looking at the keys or you're not looking at your hand. They're moving through you, okay, through the keyboard. This is not necessarily what we're talking about. It could be, but literally it's like the words just come into your mind and you just write them. That's how I experience it. Okay. I just write like the hardest part is getting started. And again, I'm saying this because everyone can do this. It's really not hard. The problem is it's so easy that people think, oh, I'm making it up. But it's not anybody. You guys try to write something. Like if you tried to write sit down and write. Most people go, I don't know how to write. Like, right? It's like, what am I going to say? So this is different. They're in your energy field. You can communicate with them. You can write their message. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And the more you'll realize, oh, this is them. This isn't me. Like, I don't know where this conversation is going. I don't know what, they're going to say. And some of it will surprise you. Some of it will probably make a lot of sense, but it doesn't matter. Alan's saying, don't even worry about whether it's accurate. Just think about it as an exercise in bringing her presence into the physical world, because those will be her words, her energy, and it's in form, whether it's on a piece of paper that you hand write or it's on digitally, like on something you write on a computer and then print it out. He says, please print it out so that you can see it, right? So it's not just stuck in your computer and you never look at it again. So that you can read it. And that's why he realized for me that it was important that I started getting messages that I could go back and look at and read it again and see it and go, oh yeah, that's you. Like I could feel his presence in those words. So you need to use everything at your disposal to anchor her into this world, including take dictation from her.
Yeah, I've never done that. I just I write her letters and then I'd go to a medium.
So
she'd answer all the questions and everything.
Fine. Well, this time write the letter and then this side and go, okay, I'm going to write Becky's answer. And start writing. What would she tell you?
Right.
And just shift into her. Okay, this is how you do it. Just see her in your mind's eye and be her. Just say, okay, Becky, what would you say to me? What would you want to say to me? And just write it. And in the beginning, like I said, don't worry about, is this accurate? Is this really her? Who cares? This is going to connect you more to her. Alan's saying, understandably, you really want this right now. I want to connect right now, like most of us want to connect right now. And it just takes time. It takes time. I don't think it's been that long for Becky, right? Am I correct? I don't think it's been that long since she's been gone.
Right, so, about a year and a half, yeah.
Yeah, that's still, like Ellen, that's about a year and a half. It's not long. Yeah. So she's still acclimating and she's gonna come through to you. So he's saying, yeah, please write. Please write. So, and again, I'm just saying this because it's pertinent to everybody. You can talk to them telepathically.
Yeah,
do that. That's absolutely. Okay. You can talk to them like silently in your mind, right? Like you can also talk out loud. Okay, that's also very powerful to both, but also write both sides of the conversation. Write the question to them, write the answer, say how you feel, and maybe if you write how they feel in response to what you wrote. Do all of it. He's showing me play both sides, both roles, in the body, and I know it sounds funny. But the more you do that, the more you're anchoring her presence again into this world. And he says that's what you want, isn't it? You want more engagement with her. So use every opportunity at your disposal to do that, including writing her words. So Alan used to call it, for me, he'd say, Pam, go and write me. Write me into being. Write me into being in this world when you write my word. And that's why he had me writing his messages from the first week. It was his way. He says it was his way of coming into my reality by me taking down what he was telling me and then sharing it with people. So he's saying that's the other suggestion he'd make to you or anybody here, especially if you're in our group, is share what she wrote to you. Share what she wrote you and share it in our group. Because remember what I said about we are co-creating our reality. We co-create this world with other people, not just ourselves. So when I share something with others, again, it makes it more real because now they go, oh, that's what he said, right? So the more people who have kind of eyes on it or ears on it or have experience of it, the more real they are in this 3D world. And that's what we want.
Yeah,
so share what you have to share everything. Obviously, if it's really personal, keep it yourself. But if you can share something that you feel comfortable sharing, then share it with others. It makes her real in this reality. Okay. And you will feel the difference of that in your experience of her.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I was just
Because-
wondering too, have we ever like come close to like anything like lucid dreaming or astral projecting?
Yeah,
'Cause
you've come on the cusp. You're on the cusp of it. You've come close to
really?
it. She's saying you're not quite ready for that yet. You're getting ready for it. You're gearing up for it.
Oh,
And
that's
when it
good.
happens, your mind will be blown.
Wow.
So don't.
Wow.
So I don't know if you reading that book I suggested to everybody in my group, A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming.
Yeah, I
But
want to get that.
that's a
Mhm.
very basic. It's a very user friendly book. That's why I like it. And the first week that I read that book, I dreamt of Alan every single night. And the 7th night, I had a lucid dream that was very, very brief. And he's frustrated me because I haven't practiced going back to it, because I actually got so happy. It's almost like I didn't need to. And he goes, "Wait a minute, I want you to." Who cares if you don't want to see me in a lucid dream? I want to see you in a lucid dream. So I know it does work because I could never remember my dreams. So if I could remember my dreams, that means anybody can if they just stick to it. Trust me, I've been terrible at remembering my dreams. That's the first step. You have to start remembering your dreams.
Yeah.
And then the lucid dream will get easier. Okay, so it's all doable. I've been assured by people who know that it's easy to lucid dream. It just takes discipline. That's the part that's challenging. It's discipline, like sticking to it. And Alan knows I'm not really good at discipline, like with that.
Yeah.
And so he just keeps
Yeah.
bugging
That's
me.
kind
So
of
you're
hard for
like
me
that too. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got to remind yourself, how important is this to me? But lucid dreams, okay, anybody else who's still on the call, those lucid dreams are real, guys. Okay, you're meeting them in the middle between heaven and earth. That's real. So what you experience there, you're experiencing her. She can experience you. Okay, it's not like in your mind. It's not like make believe. You feel her like she's right here. It's more real than this world, because guess what? You're closer to the real world.
Than here.
This is the real world, right?
Yeah,
The
I know.
middle is more real than this world. Because
Right.
the more closer you get to the other side, the realer it is, right? This reality is fake.
I
So
know.
that's why lucid dreams are absolutely real, more real than the 3D. So practice it.
Okay.
And okay, now he's showing me something, and this is really for me and you right now. He's showing me, because in the book they'll say one of the favorite things they'll go is they want you to start asking yourself in your 3D world, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Like everywhere you go, am I dreaming? Because then what you want to do, you're programming yourself so that when you dream, you ask yourself, am I dreaming? Because then when you're dreaming, you go, oh yeah, of course I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. So
Right.
so he says, those sticky notes, put them all over the house. Am I dreaming? And every time you see the note, say to yourself, okay, am I dreaming? And one of the ways you test it is you try to put your finger through the palm of your hand. In a dream, it'll go through the palm.
Oh wow.
And in 3D reality, obviously it won't.
It won't. Yeah.
But when you're
Yeah, of
dreaming,
course.
it'll go through your palm. You go, oh, I'm dreaming. And then you can wake up from the dream. But first you got to program your subconscious to ask the question, am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? So that it filters into your dream state. So if you post that all over the place, and again, Al is saying this to me, go post it all over the place, Al, now, so that you keep, every time you do it, or he's saying you could set a timer on your phone so that every, 30 minutes, it tells you to ask, am I dreaming? So that you're programming your subconscious. Then you can have a lucid dream. Okay, so he's saying to me, this is why you want to talk to you, because it was his way of getting to me to start to look at lucid dreaming again.
Oh, that's why.
but then he knew that you wanted that too, that Becky wanted that for you too, to lucid dream, because then you can connect, as can anybody who wants to lucid dream.
Yes, we really do want that. So
it's available to everybody who wants to do that. It is not hard, it just takes discipline.
okay.
It's not. And that book, A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming, don't worry about the author. It's the only book by that name, A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming on Amazon. That's all you need to
Okay.
know.
Okay. Is
Okay, and
Alan
what-
gonna? I was gonna just ask, is Alan gonna help Becky too?
Oh yeah, he's going to help Vicky. He's helping everybody whose loved one is on the call, who's open to help. He's going to do that. He's gotten stronger at that, by the way. Somebody in the group recently said when she was sad about the fact that her partner seemed to kind of gone away or wasn't really there, and the next day he really came through strong. And when I read her sharing of that, I said to Alan, "Did you do that?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Well, how?" He goes, "Because I'm stronger now." I go, "And why is that?" He says, "Because you and I are stronger now. So the stronger we get, he's gotten stronger. So yeah, he's going to help her with that and more."
I'm so glad.
Okay, so get the
Thank you,
book,
guys.
stay with that. See the post-it notes all around your house.
I'll
Am I
do it.
dreaming? Am I dreaming?
I'll
You have
do
to
it.
do that. Am I dreaming? You're programming yourself in a dream to put your finger through your head.
Wow.
It's no. So Alan says I'm supposed to thank you. Thank you for having him remind me to practice lucid dreaming. And I'll keep tabs on you. I'll be asking you, how's that lucid dreaming going, Elizabeth? Okay.
He did that to get through to you too.
Yeah, he says kill two birds with one stone, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
like, why not? He says, wait a minute, I don't like to kill birds. I love birds. He says he's just kidding. He's just kidding. All right.
All right.
So
Well, thank you both so much.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks, Edie, so much.
Yeah,
And
thank you, Edie.
Yes.
Thank you. You're also
And
helpful.
where's Maria? I just want to bring Maria on
Here.
if she's still here. Yep, she's still here. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna. Okay. All right. So thanks to both of you so much. This was fun. So guys, everybody watching, this is the first time we all did this as a family. Ellen wants to say family. This is whole family. And I'm reading some of your comments in the chat. Thank you. And I love what Bill just wrote. Pam, God bless you, and Ellen too, for the love you gave to McKenna. That was such a beautiful thing to witness. Very, very moving. There were definitely tears here. It felt like you gave her something of love, of such value and tender beauty, that she accepted it into her soul, and that she will be changed forever. That is what I saw. Yes, and we hope that helped everybody too, because really that was for all of us, really all of us. So thank you so much and I hope you guys see that even if you didn't get to have a reading, that you still benefited from being part of this experience or just being in the energy, and know that your loved ones are trying to reach you. Alan will help them. He's got you on his radar. He says anyone who comes to a Zoom, anyone who's in our group, anyone who has a session with us, they're on his radar, and he's keeping track, and he will do his best to help your loved ones on the other side. Okay. So thank you so much. Melba's asking about connecting with Edie and Maria. Well, they're both in our group, and so Melba, I think you're in our group, right? So that maybe the easiest way to connect is through the group. Otherwise, you can reach out to me, and I will connect you, or get that's true for anybody who's interested. Okay, so thank you so much. We're gonna go. See, we went 2 hours. Well, see, can't seem to keep it to 90 minutes. I guess we're lucky we don't go to 3 hours. But thank you to everyone for coming. We look forward to seeing you next time. Most of you, I think, are either in our group or on our email list, or both, so you'll get notified. If you're not in our group and you want to join, please check us out. Supernatural Love and Life After Death, and we'd love to have you in our group. Okay, So thanks again, Edie and Maria.
Yeah.
And Alan's saying, what about me?
Dad.
It's all about
All
Dad.
right. Thank you, honey. Thank you, babe. You know we're here for you, right? Like we're all, yeah, right. He says, yeah, right. He's not buying it. He's not buying it. He's not buying it. Okay. I guess you can't kid him. All right. But thank you, everybody. Until next time, have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.